A morning with a gratitude heart. Have you ever stopped and think about how important it is to live with gratitude in your heart? Gratitude doesn't change our circumstances overnight, but it changes the way we see them. When we choose to thank God, even in the middle of the hard days, our hearts slowly become filled with peace instead of worry, hope instead of fear. A grateful heart reminds us that even when life isn't perfect, God is still good. Let's read the Colossians 3 verse 15. It said, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace." Every single morning, as soon as I open my eyes, I have simple habit that has changed my life. It's nothing fancy, but it has brought me so much peace. The first thing I do is a simple prayer to God. I thank Him for waking me up to see another day. I thank Him for the trials that may come because I know He will walk through them with me. I thank Him for my health, the roof over my head, and the gas in my car so I can get to work, and the opportunity to earn a living. Those may seem like small things, but they're the blessing that many of us overlook. The second thing I do is pause for 5 minutes. I don't check my phone. I don't think about work. I don't think about my to-do list or all the chores waiting for me. I simply sit quietly before God, clear my mind, and rest in His presence. In a world that never seems so slowed down, those few quiet moments remind me that I don't have to carry everything on my own. Then the third thing I do is my daily bread, devotional. Sing praise and worship and read Bible. Those three simple habits have become the foundation of my mornings. It's not about being perfect. It's not about following a routine because I have to. It's about being consistent with God. Just like any relationship, it grows when we spend time together. I know life gets busy. Most of us wake up already worried about everything we have to do. Our minds race before our feet even touch the floor. We carry stress that steals our peace before the day even begins. But what if instead of carrying everything ourselves, we handed it all to God first? Gratitude doesn't mean life is perfect. There are days when things don't go the way we planned. There are prayers that seem unanswered. There are moments when waiting feels painful. But I truly believe this. When God doesn't give us what we want right away, it isn't because He doesn't care. Sometimes He knows it isn't what we truly need. Sometimes He has something even better prepared for us. And sometimes He's simply teaching us to wait because delay is not rejection. God knows the perfect time to place His blessings into our hands, and He also knows when our hearts are ready to receive them. If we learn to notice even the smallest blessings, we'll realize they've been around us all along. Every day on the way to work, I turn on my radio on, listen to a gospel song. It keeps me relaxed against crazy driver on the road. I arrive about an hour early just so I can go on our quiet room at work to read my Bible and spend time with God before my shift begins. I always thank Him for bringing me safely to work, and before I walk through those doors, I ask Him to guide my words, my attitude, and every person I'll meet that day. Sometimes I tell people, if your feet are touching the ground this morning, that's already a blessing. God gave you another day. That simple reminder changes my perspective. Every time, as long as God always wakes me up each morning, I know He's not finished with me yet. If He shows up for me every single day, when I want to show up for Him too. I think about every day we often take for granted. The home we live in, the food on our table, the car that gets us where we need to go, the gas in the tank, the job that provides for our family, the friends who listens when our heart when is heavy, a loving spouse, children who fill our home with laughter, and yes, sometimes a little chaos too. Our family who stands beside us during difficult seasons, and even those family members or people who say hurtful things or make life difficult. Believe it or not, I thank God for them too. Why? Because they challenge me to grow stronger, become more patient, work harder, and rely on God even more. They remind me that God calls us to love people, even when it's difficult. That's not always easy, but with God, it's possible. At the end of the day, our hope isn't found in what we've done. It's found in what Jesus has already done for us. He went to the cross for people like you and me, even while we were still sinners. That's love. So if there's one thing I hope you take away from my story today, it's this. Always choose gratitude. Thank God for the little things just as much as the big things. When we become faithful with what He's already given us, our hearts become ready for even greater blessings. Not because we earned them, but because we've learned to trust Him. Choose kindness. Choose to do good. Live in a way that points people to Jesus. You never know who is watching your life. One day, someone may ask, what do you have that I don't? And that's your opportunity to share the greatest news of all. It's not me. It's all because of God. Before I go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you thank God for every single day? Leave it in the comments. Your testimony might encourage someone who really needs it today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Be safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you next time. God bless.